Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Where's Dashi? We've had a crazy couple of days, and as I was looking at the market, and I was trying to look for things like, okay, maybe some of these patterns are off. Maybe some of these sales data is off, and maybe I could find a pattern, or I could find a way in. It's like, hey, maybe I could put in a couple hundred, a couple $1,000s, whatever, and to try to figure out a way to make a lot of money. Which, I mean, to be honest, like, some of the Disney cards, they dropped a little bit. Some of the other stuff that dropped a little bit, but the main thing that I looked at that had a very significant drop was the Spider-Man. So Spider-Man at one point was about 100K, and you've had sales for about 70 grand, and you haven't, and now the floor is 65,000, meaning that if somebody wants to buy it off app, they could probably do it for whatever 0.65 is. So let's just say $65,000 times 0.65, $42,250. That is a lot less than what I sold my Secret Rare Spider-Man for in the past. Now, does this mean like, hey, NFTs are crashing? No, there's NFTs are not crashing. This just happens to be we had a very huge spike up, which may or may not have been necessary, and may or may, like, that will happen eventually. I still believe that Spider-Man will be $250,000 end of this year. No question. No question. Well, Chavez, why didn't you keep it then? You could have like 4x your money. Okay, it was because I think Omi can do better. And I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be completely like, what if my justifications, for Omi being 30 cents, at the height of the bull run this year, and maybe, $10 by like 2030. What if those justifications are completely unfounded? What happens? Nothing. And I just realized I have some of my girlfriend's lipstick on. It's not my. It's not. It's anyway. But what happens if my justifications for these price targets, what if they are justified and ignored? Well, then there's a lot of people missing out on a lot of money because of that. And I don't think I think that right now, just in spite of its recent downtrend, I'm still so bullish on these NFTs. There's like some of my people that do not like NFTs in general. It's like, why would I invest in, like, they're digital? Like, what happens if X, Y, and Z? Okay, well, if you have like Satoshi, who is like, let's say, has the master key to Bitcoin and decides to mess everyone up, well, you have bigger problems than just general blockchain. You have, world panic going into hysteria. Government might love that because they have a sense of control. But yeah, I think that all of these things are normal. You have such a meteoric rise, and you have to pull back a little bit from that. I'm very bullish on these NFTs. It's only going to be one Walt Disney. So even my friend Ty was arguing before on the last podcast that Marvel sometimes doesn't have that good things that work out. Like Marvel, they try different things and not all of them work. It's very true. Disney might be the same thing, and a lot of other comic books, same thing. But when you give out Walt and Mickey Mouse, those things are, you do not do that when there's money on the line. There's potential money to be made. You don't just give that out on every project. If you gave that out on every project, like if you're giving that out, you're thereby giving that project your blessing. If Disney gives out their Walt, basically their namesake, like their person, maybe you can go. I'm only filming this way. If you can go out and they're basically giving a project their blessing. Like if I ever tokenize Dashi, or I say like, hey, this project can get a Dashi token, you can be damn sure that I did absolutely everything in my power to make sure that one was a success. I'm not just someone's gonna say, hey, Chavez, I'll give you 20 grand, let me do a Dashi coin. No, because they could do something, not good. Like, and by all means, the money would help, but they could do something that is really not good, and then suddenly not only my reputation, whatever, but Dashi's reputation, any other thing that I happen to go and speak for, is tarnished because that I said, oh yeah, I give my seal of approval on that, and then the company goes to poop. What does that say about me? That does not say anything good. So with Marvel doing, or with Disney doing that with Walt and Mickey, always going to have value. People are literally making multi-million-dollar bets on these, and the Spider-Man NFTs is the same thing. There's people that have more than one. There's people that have multiple Spider-Man, so they're making $100,000 bets on these, like multiple hundreds, like plural. So like I said, I'm very, very bullish on these. I do not think these will go away. Like, at some point, yes, NFT bubble will pop. Most of the other competition will drown out, and that will go to Akomi. But currently, I think these vicissitudes of these last few days are just going to be, they're fine. They'll be washed away by the by the amazing gains and growth of the NFTs at large, not including OMI, which again, that's going to be a big catalyst for NFTs when OMI gets on exchanges, which I know I've been saying that for a while, but should just be a few weeks. It goes to the moon, OMI to NFT, which, fair point, might not be this quarter, could be Q2, Q3, but that will happen at some point, and yeah, giving it a lot of utility. You want to make sure it goes slowly but surely. So do any of my price targets for these, like I said, Spider-Man I would still say maybe 250. Actually, no. Spider-Man's probably even 500, because that's not even a 10xing from now. And Omi I definitely see as a 10xing. So Spider-Man's probably going to be around. I would say that could be around 6. Yeah, definitely over 500,000. Walt's definitely, because he's only 41,000 now. And again, we've had confirmed sales with Walt at 47 and 48,000, and he's down here now. And Andre Jick just did a video on, hey, I'm selling some Bitcoin. Sold 2 of his Bitcoin for OMI, and that's not an insignificant amount. It's $69,000. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69, and that's very good. That's very, very bullish when you have someone that is as fiscally conservative as he is to go and do that when he's already made such big bets on this company when it was much higher. At least the price point was, that. If I was a newbie in OMI and I said, okay, maybe I don't want to listen to this weird person that doesn't have a beard anymore, but crazy hair, that's in a hotel, and maybe you wanted to go and listen to someone like Andre Jick, who has 1 million or so subscribers, and it's like, okay, well, he just made a $70,000 bet in conjunction with all the bets he's already made on Akomi and these NFTs, and this Web3 space at large. I mean, Activision, or I'm sorry, Microsoft is not taking chump change. They're not taking, we'll spend like a cool $100 million on this, Web3 NFT platform. No, they spent 69 billion with a B, as in Bravo. They spent real money to go acquire Blizzard Activision, because they believe that this is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Yeah, they're not going to do that. If they spend maybe $100 million, couple $100 million on something and it fails, okay, it's not a huge blow. Still sucks, but not a huge blow. But the type of money that they're spending, you have to look at where, scientists, when looking for life on other planets, they say follow the water. Journalists, when they're looking to see, what's really going on, say follow the money. So follow the money on this and see where it's going. You have, like I said, multiple people going in on this Web3, and some people fighting against it, which, okay, we'll go to Gandhi. First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win. And it's like, okay, well, you've been saying this for a while. Okay, I have, but look at the gains that they've already made. That, again, don't even look at OMI. Look at Earth 2, look at Decentraland, look at Sandbox, look at all the giant celebrities that have gotten into that. And again, I could go on forever because this is a very special night, but that is something that I did want to say. I wanted to say that, don't cower in fear. If you're going to be successful, you're going to have people that are going to want to take you down all the time. And that's just going to be a fact of life, especially if you're going to be in the limelight. You have to consider that. So for all the YouTubers that are watching, that have made it this far in the video, don't give up. It's how terrorists win. We do that. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. And everyone say, where's Dashi? Where's Dashi? I love you guys. Bye. Meow, meow.